Magandang buhay at mabuting tao. I am Sir CJ Luna, and today we will learn linear equations in two variables. In this video lesson, you will be acquainted with linear equations in two variables, which will help you know how the value of a quantity be predicted given the rate of change. The scope of this lesson enables you to use it in many different learning situations. Based on the learning competency, this video lesson will help you illustrate linear equations in two variables. Specifically, you are expected to define linear equations in two variables, determine the value of a, b, and c in ax plus by equals c, and evaluate linear equations in two variables. Before we proceed to our discussion, let's have first a brief recall of the properties of real numbers. The first property is the additive inverse property. The sum of a real number and its additive inverse is equal to 0. 8 plus negative 8 equals 0. Negative 3 plus 3 is also 0. 0.5 plus negative 0.5 equals 0. So in here, we are making 0 pairs. Again, if you add a number and its opposite, the sum is always 0. Second is the additive identity property. 0 added to any real number is the given number. 9 plus 0 is equal to 9. Negative 7 plus 0 is negative 7. 3.2 plus 0 is equal to 3.2. Whatever you add to 0, the identity of that number will not change. So the number 0 is called the additive identity. Next is the multiplicative inverse property. The product of a non-zero real number and its multiplicative inverse is 1. When you say multiplicative inverse, we are getting the reciprocal of the real number. For example, 5. 5 is a whole number. When you say whole number, it is understood that you have a denominator of 1. So the reciprocal of 5 is 1 over 5. 5 times its reciprocal 1 over 5 is equal to 1. Another example, 7 over 10 times 10 over 7. That's also equal to 1. Fourth is the multiplicative identity property. 1 multiplied to any real number is the given number. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. Negative 17 times 1 is equal to negative 17. 5.3 times 1 is also 5.3. The number 1 is called the multiplicative identity. Whatever you multiply to 1, the product is always the number itself. And lastly, we have the commutative property of addition. Changing the order of the addends does not change the sum. For example, 3 plus 2 equals 2 plus 3, and they are both equal to 5. 10 plus 7 is equal to 7 plus 10. That is 17 equals 17. So again, no matter how you change the order of the addends, the sum is still the same. Another review is translating verbal sentences to a mathematical equation. Let's translate the given verbal sentence to an equation. The difference of two numbers is 8. The term difference means the answer of the subtraction, so we will use the minus sign. The two numbers can be represented by two variables. Let's say we have x and y. And then the word is can be represented by equal sign. Thus, the correct mathematical equation for our sentence will be x minus y is equal to 8. Let's have another translation. The sum of twice a number and twice another number yields 9. The term sum means the answer of the addition, so we will use plus sign. And in our verbal sentence, we are dealing with two numbers again. So we will represent them by the variables x and y. Twice a number can be represented by 2x. And thrice a number is 3y. The word yields is represented by equal sign. Thus, the correct mathematical equation for our sentence will be 2x plus 3y equals 9. We're done with our review. I hope you were able to recall the concepts that we had just reviewed. Now, let's proceed to our discussion. Linear equations in two variables. Linear equations in two variables is an equation that it can be written in the standard form ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, but a and b cannot be both 0. Ax plus by equals c. This is the standard form of our linear equation in two variables. A is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, and c stands for the constant. The standard form of a linear equation in two variables is written in the order ax plus by equals c. All of the terms with variables are on the left side of the equation, and the constant is on the right side. Let's have an example. X minus y equals 8. Is our equation in the standard form? Yes, that's correct. So now, we will identify the values of a, b, and c. Again, a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, and c is our constant. So with this linear equation, what is a? Correct. A is positive 1. B is negative 1. And the constant is positive 8. Let's have another equation. 2x plus 3y equals 9. As you can see, this equation is already written in the standard form. So we are now ready to identify the values of a, b, and c. The value of a is 2. B is positive 3. And the constant is 9. Consider the equation. 4y equals 6 minus 5x. How many variables are used in the equation? You're right. It has two variables. We have x and y. How many variables in each term? Okay, very good. It has only one variable in each term. What is the exponent of each variable in each term? Okay, good. The exponent of the variable in each term is only 1, which means the degree of the equation is 1. Do you see any variable in the denominator? Okay, good. There is no variable in the denominator. Do you see any variable inside the radical sign? Okay, you're right. There is no variable inside a radical sign. Is the given equation a linear equation in two variables? If so, what are the values of a, b, and c? Is the equation written in standard form? If not, how can we rewrite this in standard form? I'll teach you now how to rewrite the equation in standard form. We have the equation 4y equals 6 minus 5x. And that is our given. Now, all terms with variables should be on the left side of the equation. So dito meron tayong negative 5x. Kailangan mawala yun. How are we going to do that? We will apply additive inverse property. So for us to eliminate negative 5x, we have to add 5x on both sides. We now have 4y plus 5x equals 6 minus 5x plus 5x. Next is we will simplify. And we have this. 4y plus 5x equals 6 plus 0. Kasi negative 5x plus 5x is equal to 0. Next step is we will have to use additive identity property. We are pertaining to the right side of the equation, 6 plus 0, that is equal to 6. And lastly, we have the commutative property of addition. Kailangan mauna yung 5x natin, yung variable x. So we have to apply commutative property of addition for us to get 5x plus 4y equals 6. So the standard form of our equation is 5x plus 4y equals 6. We can now identify the values of a, b, and c. A is equal to 5. B is equal to 4. And the constant is 6. Let's have another example. Rewrite the equation 2y minus 5 equals 7x in standard form. So looking at our equation, the constant is on the left side and the variable x is on the right side. Our terms should be in the proper order. It should be ax plus by equals c. That's the standard form. Okay, so for us to eliminate negative 5 on the left side, we will have additive inverse property. So negative 5, we will add 5. And then simplify, we have this now. Kasi negative 5 plus 5 is equal to 0. So we now only have 2y equals 7x plus 5. So again, we have the variable x. We have 7x on the right side. Kailangan yan ay nasa left. So paano tatanggalin yung 7x? We will have additive inverse property. Subtract 7x on both sides. So we have now 2y minus 7x equals 5. Then, of course, the variable x should comes first. So we will have the commutative property of addition. And we have now negative 7x plus 2y equals 5. Let's make the value of our x positive. So how are we going to do that? We will multiply the whole equation by negative 1 for us to have 7x minus 2y equals negative 5. So the standard form is 7x minus 2y equals negative 5. What is the value of a? A is equal to 7. How about b? B is negative 2. And the constant is negative 5. How about this equation? Y equals 3 over 8x plus 5. So, as you can see, we have the variable x on the right side. So, we have to put all variables on one side. That means 3 over 8x should be transposed to the left side. Okay? So, when you say transposition, when we are transposing, we are changing the sign of the term. So, from positive 3 over 8x, it will become negative 3 over 8x. And then we will just copy plus y equals positive 5. So, as you can see, our variable x is negative and we have a fraction. So how are we going to make our x or our a positive, and remove the fraction, remove the denominator. Okay, good. We will multiply the whole equation by the denominator and make a positive. Meaning, we will multiply the whole equation by negative 8. Negative 8. Okay, so we have now negative 8 times negative 3 over 8, that is positive 3x. And then negative 8 times y is negative 8y. Negative 8 times 5 is negative 40. And we got now the standard form. A is equal to 3, B is negative 8, and C is negative 40. Evaluating linear equations in two variables. A linear equation in two variables have many sets of ordered pairs that satisfies the equation. This time, we will find possible values of x and y that will satisfy our equations. For example, find at least two ordered pairs that satisfy the equation 3x plus 4y equals 12. So our first assigned value for x is 2. Okay? What is the value of y if your x is positive 2? So here, we will just replace x with 2. We will substitute x with 2. So we will have now 3 times 2 plus 4y equals 12. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. And then we have plus y equals 12. Then, positive 6 should be transposed to the right side. Combine like terms, okay? So 6 is a constant. We have to transpose it to the right side. It will become negative 6. We now have 4y is equal to 12 minus 6. And what is 12 minus 6? Correct, it's equal to 6. Okay? Our variable y has coefficient of 4. It should only be 1. Okay? So, paano tatanggalin yung 4 dun sa y? Kailangan maging y na lang yun. Okay, correct. We will divide both sides by 4 for us to cancel 4. Or it will become 1y or simply y. Okay? So, we now have y is equal to 6 over 4. We can simplify this. 6 over 4 can be simplified into 3 over 2. Okay, because the GCF of 6 and 4 is 2. So divided by 2, we have the answer 3 over 2. Okay, so that means if your x is 2, your y is 3 over 2. Therefore, 2 and 3 over 2 satisfies the equation 3x plus 4y equals 12. Okay, let's have another ordered pair. Let's say our x is equal to 0. If x is 0, what will be the value of y? Okay, so again, substitute x with 0. This will become now 3 times 0 plus 4y equals 12. What is 3 times 0? Okay, correct. It's 0. So we now have this. So that is 4y is equal to 12. And again, we have to make our variable 1y. Okay? It should be y only. So, paano tatanggalin yung 4? Magdi-divide tayo both sides ng 4. So, cancel 4. We now have y is equal to 3. Because 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. That means, if your x is 0, y is equal to 3. Therefore, the ordered pair 0, 3 satisfies the equation 3x plus 4y equals 12. Determine if the given ordered pair satisfies the equation. 4x minus y is equal to 10. The first ordered pair is 3, 2. We will check if this ordered pair will satisfy 4x minus y is equal to 10. How are we going to do that? We will simply substitute x with 3 and y with 2 because our ordered pair is 3, 2. Okay? X is 3, y is 2. So we will have 4 times 3 minus 2 is equal to 10. And then we will evaluate. 4 times 3 is 12. Minus 2 is equal to 10. Okay? What is 12 minus 2? Correct. 10. Therefore, 10 is equal to 10. They are equal. Hence, the ordered pair 3, 2 satisfies the given equation because we got the same answer. We got equal answers. Okay? How about this ordered pair 1, 3? Will it satisfy the equation 5x plus 2y equals 12? Let's see. So our x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. We will substitute their values to our equation. We will have 5 times 1 plus 2 times 3 is equal to 12. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 3 equals 6. So we have 5 plus 6 equals 12. What is 5 plus 6? 11 is equal to 12. Are they equal? Okay, 11 is not equal to 12. Kapag ka ganon, ibig sabihin, ang ordered pair natin na 1, 3 ay hindi niya na-satisfy yung ating equation. Kasi we got different answer. They are unequal. Okay? Good. Okay, we're done with the discussion. Let's summarize things up now. Things to remember in identifying linear equation in two variables. First, of course, it has two variables. Second, there is no more than one variable in each term. Third, the exponent of the variable in each term is 1, or the degree of the equation is 1. Fourth, there is no variable in the denominator. Fifth, there is no variable inside radical sign. Generally, it is written in the form ax plus by is equal to c. That's the standard form. That's it. I hope you learned something today. I hope you now know how to evaluate linear equations in two variables and how to write it in standard form and then identify the values of a, b, and c. Okay? Very good. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. This has been Sir CJ Luna. Be good always and God bless us all.